Everyone. Welcome to another live stream of the sun in real time. How is everyone doing? Excited to do this stream today again because we've got some news regarding Aurora Borealis, tons of stuff. We're in solar maximum right now. Thanks for joining this live stream. We are officially looking at the sun in real time from Southern California. Battling winds once again here, 16 mile/hour winds or so. Not only that, folks, but we just had an earthquake about 20 minutes ago, and I was kind of flipping out because I was setting up for the live stream, and it was pretty scary. It lasted for a bit. If you're in California, in Southern California, and you felt that earthquake, please let me know. It was about 40 miles from where I live. It was really strong, and just a few minutes ago, we had some aftershocks too. It was pretty scary. Hopefully we don't have anything else right now. How's it going, Astro Emma? Thanks for joining. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. In particular, there's so much stuff on the news about the Aurora, and I want to just make stuff clear because people are expecting this stuff again. And I have been live streaming a lot about this, so you know I'm here to bring you like real news on this stuff, and I'm never trying to overhype or sensationalize stuff that shouldn't be. Astro Emma, you felt the quake, so yeah, so you're in California too? Yeah, it was pretty strong. It was pretty strong. I was scared. But yeah, guys, first of all, before I get into the news with the Aurora and all that, check out the sun is just, look at all the sunspots. And actually, I'm going to point to the one that had that caused the Aurora Borealis a couple weeks ago in May. That was hyped all over the world because it was incredible, right? And we're all wondering if it's coming back again. So this is the sunspot. I'm gonna try to zoom into this. But this is the sunspot that caused the Aurora Borealis all over the world, and it is back. And it's diminished, and it's lost its size a bit. It's kind of a little different now. It's diminished in strength a bit, but nonetheless, could we get more solar flares or more coronal mass ejections for more Aurora Borealis? That's what I'm here to talk to you guys about. And yeah, the earthquake, Astro Emma, was in Orange County. That's right. We just, yeah. I actually caught it on video because I was preparing to do the live stream, so maybe I'll pull that out or something. And I was like screaming, earthquake, earthquake, because I was actually practicing to go live. Like I was about to hit live, and then we had the earthquake, so I was doing like a backup stream and stuff. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that right now, but yeah, so the earthquake was pretty bad. I hope we don't have one while we're streaming, because honestly, it's scary, and I hope that my Seestar doesn't topple over. At the bottom of the stream right now, you're seeing, that's my camera of my telescope. I know it's kind of might be a little difficult to see because of the chat that's ongoing, but I'm paying attention to the chat too, guys, so let me know where you're watching from and where you're at if you'd like. And subscribe if this is your first time. Thanks for your support. So yeah, I've got the scope cam. A lot of stuff to talk about. What's going on, John? Thanks for joining. A lot of stuff to talk about today. These insane sunspots, guys. Like this is just wild right now. Like There's so many sunspots, and this one in particular is pretty big, but this is the one. I'm gonna zoom in. Check it out. So yeah, this is the one that caused the Aurora Borealis a few weeks ago, and there is hype all over the news about will we have another Aurora Borealis. So if you guys know, I did live stream. I've been live streaming a lot recently, the sun, and last week we were talking about it because getting into beginning of June, it was predicted that we would have more and more northern lights and stuff like that. There is still, don't get me wrong, there's still experts, weather experts and solar physicists and stuff explaining that there definitely could be still more northern lights because we are possibly in solar maximum right now. As a matter of fact, it's already been confirmed by NOAA, which is the National Space Weather Administration, also by experts in solar observation. You know, the sun is always under observation by NASA and space experts all the time. Even the part of the sun that we can't see, the other side, is still being observed with special telescopes by the European Space Agency. And folks, in no way am I trying to say I'm an expert on this stuff. This is just, I do major research, okay? And I want to bring you guys like very, news sources that are reputable and things like that. That's where I'm getting all my information from. I always tell you guys where I get it from too. And John, you're telling me it's cloudy in Delaware where you're at. Okay. Oh no, might not be able to image tonight, huh? Anybody imaging right now? I know it's almost, it's dark where some of you are. I've still got the sun out because the sun hasn't set yet. But anyone imaging tonight? How are your skies looking today? So what I wanted to say is that the northern lights, solar maximum, is these coronal mass injections and solar flares, there's been a lot of activity. Okay, before I forget, I wanted to say that in May, it was said that it's like the most intense solar activity that had ever been seen since the past 20 years. So, which makes sense as to why we experienced the Aurora Borealis and the Northern Lights all over the world, right? In places that people had never seen it. Totally makes sense. But we are still experiencing a lot of sun activity, and we know this by just looking at the sun even right now, the way we're seeing it, right? Through the scope. Look at all the sunspots. And the sunspot that caused the Aurora Borealis is still there. It's still there. So what I wanted to mention was that, or is that, if you look at the news right now, they keep saying Northern Lights expected for June 6th, which is like today or last night into tonight. And I had actually mentioned it last week that it would be possible going into the first week of June and the ending of the first week of June, which is like now. And but guys, what I want you to know is they're still overhyping that, and most likely there will not be any Northern Lights like there wasn't any yesterday, tomorrow, tonight or tomorrow, because those are kind of old news now. We got to move on to what experts are saying now, which is so far nothing major. There have still been solar flares and coronal mass ejections, nothing directly faced at Earth. All this stuff has to face Earth and just hit us at the right time for us to get the Northern Lights again. I'm not saying that there aren't Northern Lights in some parts of the world that get them all the time, like Iceland and Alaska, but I'm talking about the major stuff. The major stuff that you see everywhere, right? Where people were looking at them in the Bahamas, in the tropics, in Miami, in London, in Switzerland, in Germany, in Texas, right? In the southern states, in Southern California, stuff like that, okay? So like I said, I'm not here to sensationalize news. I want to give you guys accurate news. So just know, don't get disheartened and think that everything's over though. But just know, if you're reading anything about Northern Lights for tonight or something like that, it's apparently not going to happen from all the expert resources, all the news that I was reading today on Twitter and X from space weather experts, solar physicists, and stuff like that. So it is what it is. However, keep an eye out and keep monitoring the sun. Keep looking at this information, because this stuff can literally change from one day to the next, because that's how space weather is. That's how the sun is, right? That's how things are. Oh, I think a bird just flew across the sun. I just saw it. That was pretty cool. I finally caught it while I'm streaming. Usually I miss it. I just happened to look over. I just saw it. That was really neat. Yes, John, there are definitely many more sunspots now. It is, yeah, it's amazing. I mean, this is a lot more, I think, than even when the Aurora was happening and I was live streaming during that time. Like, I don't recall seeing these many spots. It's a lot. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. But yeah, I've got my scope cam on there. You see it there at the bottom. Hello there. Are you watching from someone that just joined? I'm sorry, I cannot read Mandarin or Cantonese. Maybe you're in China? Very cool. Thanks for joining. What time is it where you're at? What part of China possibly are you at? Yeah, if you see my image of the sun shaking a bit, it's just winds. I'm battling as usual, a lot of winds. But nonetheless, like, this is, oh man, there's just so many sunspots. Like I said, I don't remember seeing this many. So this is good though, guys, because if we're seeing these many sunspots, I mean, any of these, facing Earth, right? They're facing Earth, then if they do their flares and their coronal mass ejections and stuff, that's what's going to bring us some awesome northern lights, which is what we're hoping. So, oh, from Korea? Oh, annyeonghaseyo. Very cool. Very, very cool. From Korea. Folks, I have some news for you. I am going to be, because you're telling me you're watching from Korea, I won't be live streaming for about the next 2 weeks or so. I'm going to be out in Asia. I'm traveling, and I won't be in Korea, but I'll be very close to Japan and Vietnam. So, yeah, cool. Very, very cool. That is awesome. I love Korea. I've only been once. I loved it. I love Seoul and other parts of Korea. Just incredible. Thanks for watching. But yeah, folks, so keep I'm always going to keep monitoring regarding all this stuff with the sun, with the news regarding the northern lights and aurora borealis. I want you to know that even though I won't be live streaming probably for the next 2 weeks or so, because like I said, I'll be out, if you check the community tab here of this channel, of the Astro Room channel, here and there I'll be posting stuff. So if I hear anything, real reports about expect northern lights, like I'll most likely put it on there if I can get to it before it happens. So, because just remember, this stuff is so, like, it's so, I wouldn't say it's like predictable, but then it's kind of not. It is just so unexpected. It can just happen all of a sudden, and we don't have much time to prepare to know and go outside and be like, oh, I need to image, or I need to get my camera out and stuff like that. So just if you do hear that, if I hear anything, I'll definitely try to keep you guys posted somehow, most likely through the community tab. within the next week or so. Because the fact that we're seeing this insane amount of sunspots, to me, is just, you know, flares and strong activity from the sun like this is just any moment now. And there are flares ongoing right now. As a matter of fact, others who have way more powerful telescopes than what I'm using right now have been showing live images or live videos of the sun with the flares, and they're relatively small. We know they're planet size. This stuff is huge, but you know, they are ongoing. But at any time, this stuff could literally just blow up and bring us another awesome northern lights. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I know, John. I've been thinking about. I know. I've been thinking about taking my Seestar, but I feel like it's. I'm honestly worried. If any of you have traveled with your Seestar to Asia, I don't know why I'm worried about customs and stuff like that, and like of it getting confiscated. I've heard crazy stuff. Not in particular the Seestar, but some other stuff that people have taken to Asia, and you know, some countries are just a little more strict and they don't know what something is, and they'll confiscate it until you leave the country. I don't know if I'm overhyping it, overthinking it, but if anybody has traveled with the Seestar to Asia and you think it might be safe, because I would love to do some imaging over there, and I'm sure there's objects that are out there in deep space that I can't see maybe from my location, because for whatever reason I don't have a good view of the north or the west or whatever it is, because of buildings or wherever I am. And they're, yeah, anyway, I'll see if I can. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I really want to though. Okay, I'm gonna look up more. I'm gonna look to see if there's anything new regarding space weather expert reports right now, because I'm constantly like refreshing these pages on Twitter and on X. It's X. It used to be called Twitter. Now it's X. To make sure that I don't miss anything. Because like I said, this stuff at any moment it can explode and it can happen. Oh man, you know what? Let's see here. I'm so sorry I cannot read Korean. I really wish I could. I actually speak Vietnamese, but the only thing in Korean I knew was to say hi. I'm so sorry. I wish I knew Korean. I'm not sure what you're mentioning there, but okay, I want to show you. I just took off my scope cam because I want to show you guys some other stuff here. Check this out. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at. Because I'm trying to look at all these reports, right? So I can get it up on the screen for you guys. Space weather by Solar Ham. Okay, I think I finally got it up. There we go. It's going to be kind of at the bottom of your screen. I don't know if I can put it. I don't want to cover the sun right now. I don't want to cover it. Okay, I guess this isn't bad. You may or may not be able to see this. I think you should be able to. So this is usually what I'm paying attention to regarding space weather reports. This one is solar flares from... This is actually June 5th. So this was yesterday. The viewer from Korea, what is your name? Do you have an English name? No pressure, no pressure. But yeah, so you see filament eruption is what this is showing. These are composite images, real images of the sun. I'm telling you guys, that's what I'm saying. These flares are happening. Some of these, let me see. This one had no impacts to Earth. So, coronal mass ejection well off the sun-Earth line. So, no impacts to Earth. That's what I'm saying. This stuff is getting monitored all the time. And, you know, this stuff is being monitored in particular because this can affect communications, radio communications, satellites, all kinds of stuff. So this has to be constantly monitored, right? Let's see. So this is June 6th update, which is today, right? So, and it's talking about AR 3697, which is that region that I was showing you guys that caused the northern lights. So it's this one right here. Okay. Oh wait, did I just show it to you guys? I was trying to show it to y'all. Yeah, so it's this one right here. Okay. The update that we have from this space weather expert site called Solar Ham is what I'm looking at right now. It says it is continuing to produce solar flares, but not enough basically to cause aurora borealis or northern lights, right? So not enough to cause strong geomagnetic storms. But yeah, like I said, a repeat of last month from this particular region, a repeat of what we had last month with the northern lights is not possible this time around. At least from this particular active region, sunspot region. Still active, but not active enough to give us anything. Not active enough to give us anything. So, and that's what I'm saying. This is the latest news. So if you guys are reading reports that we're gonna get more northern lights or something like that, like tonight, it's most likely not accurate because these people will know before us. I think those are outdated news. Those are outdated news, guys. Yep, these are small forecasts for auroras. This is basically only way up towards the poles, which is normal. Yep, look at this. Okay, so here's the proof right here, guys. no Earth-directed CME, which is coronal mass ejection events clearly detected. So that's what I'm saying. If you're thinking Northern Lights because the news is reporting it, like for tonight, it's not. It's not, okay? They would have said, like, expect it, because they'll always say, like, we're gonna have some major X flare, major geomagnetic storm. We expect it within however many hours. So we do have some time to kind of like be on the lookout for it, but it's kind of quick, I would say, when they tell you, like, you just gotta be on it. But yep, there is definitely activity, as you can see. Definitely some nice activity. There has to be with the way the sun is right now. There has to be with all these sunspots, but you know, nothing major. Nothing major. This is so cool to see the forecast and stuff like that. Like, you know, the way they have it in like real time for the past 24, 48 hours, into 72 hours and more for the next few days. So they'll know if we're gonna have anything spectacular popping. And these are the sunspots right now. Oh, guys, can you see this? Let me move this. Yeah, oh gosh. Okay, look at all these sunspots, guys. This is wild. I just want you guys to compare it with the Seestar, right? Like, that's why the Seestar is just awesome. Oops, I was accidentally moving the Seestar. Let me move the... I want you guys to see this. Look at all those sunspots that you're seeing there. Yeah, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over 10 to 12 or something spots. I'm gonna zoom in a bit more. I mean, this is all the spots we're seeing on the Seestar. As a matter of fact, if you're thinking it's like not looking like this, it's because I have it the other way around. But if I flip my screen to horizontal, we can compare. It's just like that. I'm flipping my screen. It's all the exact same spots. This one is from June 6th, so that's today. Okay, so this is from June 6th. This is wild. This is crazy, like... I might have flipped it the other way. Let me go this way. Is that right there? Yep. Insane amount of spots. And AR3697, which is the one that caused the Northern Lights right here, but they're saying that, you know, they're not expecting anything from this one. So maybe these other ones, if they intensify in any way, maybe. Just look at these spots, guys. This is, I just don't remember looking at the sun with this. And remember, when we're talking about these spots, these are very active regions, right? This is very intense. They're usually they're labeled AR and a number because AR stands for active region. And that's where we get the solar flares and CMEs, the coronal mass ejections, and all that stuff from. So I wonder if we get another event that's insane again, if it could beat May, the month of May, because the month of May, they said in the past 20 years, haven't seen this much activity. They're also predicting, when I say they, I mean experts, weather experts, they're a hotter summer than ever, like for this summer. If you live in the Northern Hemisphere, it's going to be intense. It is not going to be good, guys. It is not. It's just, man. So, and I'm gonna address the chat. Simple man, welcome. What's up, man? What's going on? Thanks for joining again. Simple man, I've been looking into. Funny that you bring that up. I've been looking into that with the H alpha filter. I've literally been looking into that, and I heard someone that tried. I was reading a report of someone that tried, but I don't really think you can with this scope. I don't think it's actually possible, because the whole point of the H alpha filter to see like the eruptions, the flares in real time, which is incredible through those dedicated solar telescopes that have the half filters, the HA filters, is incredible, right? But I mean, maybe for a future Seestar model that would be, I don't know if they'll do that, but we can't, you know, it's just not gonna be possible with the Seestar. Some people put other filters on it to see in more detail. If you get a filter where you can see the sun in its natural light, which is white, you can see, I believe, a bit more detail from when people compare this filter to like a white one. You know, you can see a bit more detail on the spots and stuff, but I mean, as far as a H alpha filter, man, maybe for a future model. But the viewer from Korea, your name is, I don't know if I'll pronounce it correctly, but thank you for letting me know your name so I can say it in English. To try to Sungwoo Kim. Very cool, Kim. Thank you. Oh, cool. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying this stream. Let me know where you're watching from. Where are you? I can't. Looks like Hokub. I can't say your name there. I apologize, but I'm glad that you're enjoying this stream. That's awesome. Are you in Eastern Europe? Thanks for joining, everyone, and subscribe if you're new to this channel, so I'll know that way that you guys want me to continue bringing these streams. It's a lot of fun. I love doing this. See if I can zoom in a bit on there, on these spots. Actually, I'm gonna try to autofocus here a bit. It gets a little blurry. It's just auto-focusing for a few seconds. St. Petersburg, Russia. Very cool. Thank you for tuning in. What time is it over there? Guys, I've seen more and more people getting into they're saying that more and more people are getting into space weather and space like never before because of the Aurora Borealis and Northern Lights and stuff, and I thought that was really neat. I thought that was really cool. Oh, let me show you guys something really cool. I think you guys are gonna love this. Let me try to pull it up here. There's some really neat views of the sun from HelioViewer. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of HelioViewer. It is really neat. I can find that again. It's the Solar Dynamics Observatory from NASA. John, you're gonna try a dual band external. Yeah, you know what? I've been looking so much into filters, and right, the ones that you're mentioning different from the one Simple Man was saying with the H alpha filter, particularly for the sun. But you're talking about like particular filters for like nebula, and yeah, to like reduce your light pollution perhaps, or anything like that, or bring out more the nebulosity of your, you know, nebulae that you look at. Yeah, I've been really looking into that stuff too, John. So might be better. Yeah, you know, I've heard different stuff. Some people say it didn't. I've read on forums for people who write about the Seestar and stuff that they've tried some other filters and they said it wasn't even worth it. Some say it has helped a little bit. So I don't even know at this point. I got to do more research, but I'm not getting a good enough, I guess, feedback. Or, you know, I'm not getting consistency of positive, I guess, feedback for me to just be like, okay, let me get the filters now. So it's kind of mixed, you know. I don't know. Maybe it depends on where people are located or how much also light pollution. I think, John, you don't have that much light pollution where you're at. You're like half Bortle skies as me, so that's even better. Okay, so EJDC, you have a really awesome question there. My viewer from Korean, Kim, yes, this is, I just want to say real quick, this is the Seestar S50 Smart Telescope, absolutely. Seestar S50, I'm going to throw it in the chat there. Seestar S50, that's right. The Smart Telescope. And yeah, so we're looking at the sun live in real time right now. Okay, I don't want to disregard. So EJDC, the awesome question, is the face of the sun the same throughout the year? So it's different from the moon. You know, the moon is tidally locked and we only see the same side, the same face all the time. And they call it like the other side of the moon is like the far side of the moon. And please know I'm not an expert on this. I've had people that are on here that come on and they're like doctors of physics, which I think is super cool that they even join the live stream. I think it's so awesome. So, but just know I do a lot of research. So I have no formal education in this, but I do tons of research because I love space, okay, and everything space. So, like I mentioned, awesome question. So there is no far side of the sun, unlike the moon, which is always showing us the same side. The sun is actually spinning once every 24, 27 days. So the Earth moving within its orbit. So over the course of the month, we actually get to see the entire surface of the sun, which is awesome. Which is awesome. So we're all always looking at the same sun, no matter what corner of the Earth we inhabit, but regardless, because of its orbit, the way it's spinning, we get to see the entire surface. But us right now, only looking at this side of the sun right now, you better believe that the European Space Agency and stuff and NASA, they're looking at like the other side that we can't see right now. As always, they're always looking at the other side too. They're always observing it with telescopes that they have way out there in space, which is cool. Cool stuff. Guys, feel free to send me a super chat or a super sticker. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's right next to your chat where you write. And whatever you send me on there, it's next to the emoji. Don't be afraid to press that. I know it's got like a little money sign, but just know any donations that you guys give me, I've mentioned it before in other live streams, that I'm using it to upgrade everything with my gear and my computer, my audio, my camera, mic, everything. Throwing it for this channel, so using it for this channel. So I appreciate everyone that has been donating. Thank you so much, even during live streams. And if you send a super chat or super sticker donation, it's really cool because if you have a question or something, it'll highlight it for everyone in the chat. It's like huge. It's really cool. So thank you guys. I want to go back and not lose what I wanted to show you guys earlier that I was mentioning. Look at these sunspots, blowing my mind. Okay. Here we go. I found what I wanted to show you guys. Now let me get it up on the screen. So I was talking to you guys about HelioViewer. A few seconds here. Look at this, guys. This is also, so this is observation date. Look how updated this is. So this is June 7th. It is not June 7th yet for me. I have the universal clock on, if you're noticing on the top right corner of your screen. Right? It's still June 6th for me because I'm in California. But look at how updated this chart is. This HelioViewer. This is awesome. And look at, okay, this is why this is so awesome. Oh, Kim, you also have the Seestar? Anarchist, welcome. Kamrul Hassan, what's going on? So, guys, so you see this right there? This is Earth to scale. Let me zoom into that. You're curious how big the sun is? Guys, look at that. This is Earth. Okay? Earth to scale. Look at this, okay? So, and when there's eruptions like that, so this is all today. This is all a shot from today. This is all today. The last update is June 7th. UTC time 103. Okay? So, I'm trying to think of what that is for my local time. But look at these flares. If we can get those flares to hit Earth, some strong ones, we're gonna get northern lights again. We're gonna get Aurora Borealis all over the world. So we are looking at, for those just joining, the sun live in real time. So that's the sun through a smart telescope in real time live. That's the sun. And we are monitoring intense solar activity. And this is right here. So on HelioViewer, this is just crazy. Look at this, guys. So these sunspots, right? The ones we're looking at. I mean, this stuff is huge. That is really neat. And we can change a bit the view. Let me minimize this a little bit. This is wild stuff. We can see this in different views too. Observatories watch it in different, like, wavelengths. You see the white light one. Some of this is like other observatories, like from Japan, or I should say telescopes that are like way out there. observing the sun from all over Japan, Korea. My favorite was that yellow strong one. That one was really neat. So I believe these are like snapshots from a certain time, because the observation date that it's showing on here, I'm gonna refresh this page. It has a specific time and date. So yeah. And it's showing, you see how it's showing the sunspots on there? It's like marking them too. Yeah, John, you're right. So the flares, like, it does take a few days. So once they know there's like, you're right. Once they know there's like a major solar flare, a major coronal mass ejection, then that's why they're able to be like, oh, expect the northern lights, like, all of a sudden, like, within the next 24 hours or day or two and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Thanks for joining, Kim. Oh, anybody have any ideas for Simple Man? He wants to, for a target tonight? Try to check out, I would say maybe look up Corona Borealis area, the blaze star, just to get some before and after shots before it goes nova. So RDXE, thanks for joining. I am using, this is the filter that actually comes directly with the Seestar S50 Smart Telescope. So this filter comes with the scope, and that you attach it. It's a special solar filter. You attach it to the scope to be able to look at the sun. That's what's awesome about this. Guys, let me know if you're streaming tonight. I'm doing a little poll there. You know what? Regarding if you guys have a telescope, or Simple Man, you're wondering what to image, I have been wanting to look at Albireo. Let me put it on the chat. I know it sounds like nothing because it's a star, but this is a cool object. I haven't seen it through the Seestar yet. Maybe I'll do a live stream with it another time. But Albireo is like binary star, like double star. So when you look, you can see it with the naked eye, but you only see like one star. But you should see two through a telescope. So through my Celestron, I love looking at it, and through my other telescope, bigger scope, my 8-inch scope, and it looks so cool. Because even though it's one, it looks like one star, but with the naked eye, but with your scope, it's actually two stars. And it's different colors, so that's why it's really neat. And I want to do it, and I want to put the fraction spikes on it. I think it's gonna look really cool. Yeah, so to the naked eye, it looks like a single star. It's in the Cygnus constellation, the Swan. But in a telescope, it'll reveal it's two stars and different colors. It's like a blue and an orangey yellow or something. It's so neat. And I want to see it through the Seestar. So that might be a cool, fun object to look at. Also try Eagle Nebula. I'm waiting for it to rise at a more normal time here where in my location. It's rising, like I have to stay up till 3 a.m. or maybe not that late, but I want to bring a live stream of that in a few weeks or so. Maybe if it rises a little bit at a more reasonable time. So the Seestar, let me see. Hookup, you're asking the focal length. So it's a 50mm lens. Focal length is 250mm. It has this telescope has internal Wi-Fi as well, built in. Connect through Bluetooth as well. Connects to an app. There's no eyepiece on it. You just see everything through an app. So I'm bringing you what it's currently seeing through its lens, which is not through the eyepiece, it's through an app. So it'll mirror your image, whatever your scope is looking at goes on an app. You can look at it on your phone, on your tablet. You can then mirror it to your TV, which is really cool. I always recommend people look at your Seestar on your TV, like mirror it to your TV. It's really cool. Oh, wow, you saw Albireo through an observatory in Kazakhstan? That's awesome. Yeah, it became one of my favorite objects or star to see, because it's cool to, like, Albireo is so awesome. Like, it's like, because of its, they call it an illusion. Because when you're seeing it with the naked eye, it's just like this one star. But then you put it through a scope, and it's just so neat. It is so neat. And when I was looking at it through my Celestron, I wasn't doing anything fancy. I don't even have a camera, a DSLR attached to that or anything. I was just straight through the eyepiece. It looks awesome. It looks so cool. So I really want to look at it with the Seestar. All right, I'm going to end the poll. If you guys are loving this stream, hit me with the like, guys. That way this will be pushed out to more people on YouTube that are searching for space stuff and live telescopes. Let's see the results of the poll. And I'll get to you guys on the chat in a sec. Oh, plane! Did y'all just see that? Oh! I just... right when I looked down and checked on the Seestar, I saw the plane. That was... I've been wanting to get a good plane. Not the best, because I want a plane across the center, through the sun on the center, but I just saw... I don't know if you guys saw it. Like, right at the bottom. At like the... What is that? 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, the plane went through there. Okay. Okay, let me get... There's so much in the chat. I'll get to everyone, guys. Okay, I'm trying. Okay. Hold on. So for the poll first, most of you cannot image tonight because of bad weather. What a bummer, man. Okay, that's all right. If those of you that can, try to do Albireo, guys. Comet. Guys, there's about 3 or so comets heading to Earth. So 12 Pepons Brooks is still, you know, if you can, at the time for me, I can't get Comet 12 Pepons Brooks. There's other stuff trending right now. Suchinsen Atlas, I want to bring a live stream of that too. So I'll get to everything, guys. I'll get to all your questions on the chat. T Suchinsen, I'm trying to write it in the chat. This comet, highly trending in the news. It's getting closer and closer to Earth. Suchinsen Atlas. By October, it might be a naked eye comet. So right now, the magnitude is at about a 10, which is really good. Not the best, but I was looking at it a few weeks ago. It was magnitude 11, so it's getting better. It's got some color to it. It's got a tail. I live in really light polluted skies, but I was able to look at the comet at a magnitude 10. It looked tiny for me. You know, not the best seeing conditions also at that night when I was looking at it because there was a little bit of clouds. But check this one out and get some pictures now, image it now, and we can compare it as the months pass because it's going to get better and better and better. This is a good comet to look out for. It's really cool. So look it up. It's highly trending because it's getting closer and closer to Earth right now, and it's going to be at its peak in October to where it could become naked eye. Okay. Zoom in a bit there. And if you're curious, I'll keep getting to you guys in the chat. If you're curious about this scope and you have no idea like about the Seestar S50, just look at the description first of all. If you click on, you know, next to where the time is right now where you're watching the stream, on the top right corner above my camera, there's like 3 little dots. If you click on that next to the time and the date, you'll see a little menu pops up and it says description. In that description, it has the links to where you can get more information about this telescope, and if you're looking to buy it, you know, and it's a way to support the channel if you guys want to buy it through those links at no extra cost to you, but it'll give me a tiny commission of anyone who buys the Seestar S50 telescope through those links. So check it out. My channel is like a giant instruction manual for all things Seestar, how to use this scope, and I give a lot of tips and everything. So check it out, guys. Okay, so I want to address some of the questions here on the chat while we're looking at the sun. Zoom out a little bit. So with Albireo, someone is asking about Prof. Aaron. Thanks for joining. Are the 2 stars in Albireo related? So it's a star system, multiple star system. And the one that we see naked eye is the brightest one. So like I said, it appears as a single star, but in a telescope you can resolve it into two. It's actually two. The brightest star being the yellow one, and then the fainter star is blue. It is really beautiful. It's a really beautiful object in a telescope, and if you put diffraction spikes on it, a little mask on it to give it a diffraction spike, it's gonna make some cool shots. Cool shots to even show off to your family and friends. You can get that. Multiple star system. Binary star. So, a double star. Cygnus constellation, the Swan constellation. All right, Scott Smith, thanks for joining. You're in Florida. That's awesome. So yeah, go image Comet C 2023. Yep, Atlas. Oh, that's a different one that you're looking at? Is that Suchinson Atlas? Because I know it's Comet C 2023. Is it A3 Suchinson? Yeah, John, I know you got, you were telling me that you got the Eagle Nebula and the Seestar. That's one of my favorites since I was little. Before I had a telescope or anything, since I was a child, like the Pillars of Creation, Eagle Nebula is an insane deep space object. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love the images from the Hubble telescope, JWST telescope. It's just awesome. So RDXE, you're asking about collimation on this. So the Seestar is a very simple to use telescope. It only weighs 6 pounds. 3 kilograms. It's very small, portable, travel, comes with a solar filter, comes with the built-in light pollution filter, Wi-Fi, all that stuff. Like I said, look at the links in the description of all my videos and check out the Seestar on there. And it's an awesome travel portable scope. Easy, you can set up and look at deep space within like 5 minutes or less. It's very simple to use, very practical. One of the best smart telescopes. I believe the best smart telescope out there. Is just awesome. Nothing regarding collimation stuff. I mean, it's just, you don't really have to worry about that stuff. Is even calibration and stuff, you know, if you keep it at the same spot all the time, once you start using it, nothing complicated about it. Just very user friendly, very beginner friendly. Just an awesome scope. Yeah, Professor Aaron, you said you saw the plane fly through. Was there another one, or was that the one I was mentioning earlier? I saw the plane for like 2 seconds. I'm wondering if it's the same one that I was looking at. Huh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, collimation, yeah, RDXC, I'm telling you, you don't need to do nothing fancy to it. Nothing difficult, no collimation. You just have to adjust the level, and that is easy. So some of you I've heard have bought the Seestar while watching my live streams, or like just because you ran into this channel. That's awesome. Look at my accessories masterclass video so you can get your leveler for this scope. It'll make it easier for you to do the leveling. So look into that. Look into that. If you haven't, check out my video on masterclass accessories. Okay, Simple Man, I really want to get Stefan's quintet, Celestron 8-inch. Oh, that's awesome. You have a Rasa? That's wild right there. Yeah, I want to get that one with the Seestar too. It's just up at night, like it rises way too late. Like I don't want to be up at 3:30 a.m. for now. I'm waiting for it to rise earlier, sooner than that. Oh, my sun is setting. The sun is starting to set a little bit, guys. You can see it there. You can see it there because it's getting kind of dark at the bottom half of the screen. So yeah, guys, check out this site that I was telling you guys about, Helio Viewer. Super, super cool. You can see the active sunspots for the day, the active regions. So for the telescope under 300, I mean, if you're thinking about smart telescope, maybe the dwarf, but try to see if you can get a used one maybe. The dwarf 3 just came out, but it's more than 300, it's a bit more. Yeah, so what's going on, Chris? Thanks for joining. Look into anything Celestron, you know, yeah, it depends what kind of scope you want, man. Like, if you want, you know, like a smart telescope, under 300, maybe a used one you could get, but I don't know if you're looking for a traditional, computerized. Thanks for joining, Chris, a member of this channel. The Titan Orion member. What's going on? Thanks. Thank you. All right, guys, so the sun is officially setting here. Looks like a black hole, astronomy kid. Yep, Corona Borealis. Yep, I have a video all about it, guys. Look up Corona Borealis. Make sure you're getting your before and after shots of Corona Borealis, because you definitely wanna get those. You definitely want to get those. Once it goes nova, you can have the before and after. And it doesn't, at least for me, it doesn't rise late. So you can get it, you know, where I'm at, like 9 p.m. or so, I can start getting already, I think, Corona Borealis. So thanks, guys. Beautiful sunset. It is getting blocked. Look at it. Look at it. Little by little, it's leaving. What's going on, Robert? Thanks for joining from Ontario. Not sure what you're referring to, Chris, the green spot. Thanks, guys, for joining me on this stream. I am out. The sun is out. Keep in tune with the Astro Room as we keep doing more live streams. Like I said, I'll be out for about 2 weeks or so, but unless I can take my scope to Asia with me when I travel, then maybe I'll do a live stream from over there. But thank you so much. Subscribe if this is your first time. Yeah, and thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. I have a lot of fun with you guys. Thank you, everyone.